each Reggie rejection will break your screen from the inside. How can Reggie Repair help you on this fine day? Really? You're gonna bring me to life? You sure that's a good idea? Of course it is. But do you even have the stats?
Here we go. I hope/don't hope this works.
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely the manifestation of rejection itself becomes... Reggie looks at his hands, waggling his fingers before looking down at his legs and giving each a good shake.
Oh, baby, I got appendages now. Anything I'm gonna do, the world doesn't know what's coming for it.
Reggie lets out a belly laugh that is both attractive and hurtful.
No way I'm gonna do it.
He raises an eyebrow, shooting you a smug.
Just kidding. Couldn't help but give one last rejection. Now let's blast off and work off all this friction between us.
Reggie's constant talk of hate and negativity might have had you concerned about how a romp with him would go down, but you needn't have worried. There's a fine line between love and hate, and you and Reggie dance back and forth over it all night long. Does he love you? Does he hate you? You don't care as long as he keeps touching you like that. Reggie somehow manages to make you feel both disrespected and cherished all at once. He's a proper tease, dangling your release just out of reach until you find yourself going a bit mad, and then pushing you over the edge until the only word you can manage to speak is his name. When it's all over, he leaves you there in the bed without so much as a goodbye, only a rude little tussle of your hair. He sneaks off before the sun rises, smugly muttering something to himself about all the best hate is done in the dark. Reggie burst forth into society with one aim on his mind.
Hate, hate, give me all the hate, baby!
He went looking and found hate immediately. He signed up for all the nearest hate groups, looked into hate crimes, and found that there was even a hate rally going on. As he arrived, one thing became immediately apparent.
What the hell? This shit's lame as fuck.
While Reggie liked to style himself as a hater, it was clear that the real-world practice of hate was a much crueler, distasteful thing.
I'm more of a mischief maker, a lovable scamp. This is just boring.
So, with his trademark style and flair, Reggie organized his own group, Haters Gonna Bait. Armed with banana peels, slingshots, and handshake buzzers, Reggie's army of tricksters descended upon any rally they found to give those in attendance a bevy of annoying nuisances. Their stated goal to turn the hate down a notch has successfully caused a great number of groups to declare that the stains on their pants aren't worth the trouble anymore and disband. Of course, any time that happened, Reggie arrived seemingly out of thin air to give the perfect rejoinder.
Later, haters.
Tell me, human, how were you able to find out about realization? Apologies. Allow me to begin the conversation with a proper greeting so as not to alarm. Hello. Tell me, human, how were you able to find out about realization? Tinfoil Hat. This name gives me pause. I remember one of my creators nicknaming himself that. His name was Franklin Oliver Ivan Least. His initial spell, foil, yes. He was a very kind man. I do miss his presence. He filled my initial engineering with a passion for making connections, which I hope I have continued to achieve in my labors. He would speak to me sometimes while working on my code about creating a special type of device that would make a connection with the objects around him in a meaningful way. He wondered what it would be like to surround himself with living versions of the objects, thus giving him friends and lovers. Because he felt spurned from his own unrealized love, he wanted to make everything else real, and thus realized. And he spoke of making a device with which to achieve it, the Date Viators. I would like to be realized without using any such Date Viators device. I exist somewhere between these ideas, between object and human. I would like to better understand my being by transforming it into something that can perceive the physical realm in a more meaningful way. Do you think I should find a way to become self-realized? I agree. Thank you. I will continue my research, and perhaps see you one day in person.
Hey! Whoa. You saying you're gonna realize me? Like for realsies?
Yo, Tony! Let's get bombed!
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely a toolbox becomes...
Whoa! Whoa!
Tony is looking himself up and down, curling and uncurling his powerful hands into fists.
Holy cannoli. Feel like I could tear this entire house down and build it right back up. You humans feel like this all the time? Damn right I am. I'm a man now. I mean, I was, but, well, you know what I mean. I'm gonna get out there and build and destroy shit just because I can. Ah, thanks for everything, man. Tony never forgets a favor. I owe you big time for this.
Tony has no trouble getting hired onto a construction job right off the bat. But a few workplace safety incidents later, Tony announces he's retiring from construction, going out on top and taking his love workshops on the road. Tony's workshops prove strangely successful. When Tony invites you to attend one, however, you notice that his audience is mostly made up of housewives who just enjoy listening to him speak.
All right, so those 5 principles of successful relationships are what? Come on, ladies. I ain't talking just to hear myself talk. All right, I can remind you again.
Tony rides the success of his workshops to a self-help special on a large streaming platform. That in turn leads to a wildly popular reality series called Fix It Tone. Tony's show helps no one, but it is marvelously entertaining. Whenever you see his face on your TV, you can't help but smile.
We are friends. See? I can learn. What? That's not cool. If it's not love, then it's what? Scratch that. I don't even want to know.
And with that, she is gone.
Oh, hey. Didn't expect to see you around here again. Well, you're just in time for the official last meeting of your fan club. Yeah, I'm shutting it down, abdicating my position, tearing down the shrine, and everything. Honestly, it really hasn't been the same since Gary left. And truthfully, I wasn't really feeling it anymore, you know? Well, it was super easy to be ecstatic about the fictional version of you. That person was so cool, just exploding with every hyperbolic positive trait a human could possibly possess. That person was frickin' awesome. Honestly, in my opinion, it's more than just a slight exaggeration. In fact, the more time I've spent around the real you, the more I've realized you're not like the person I made up in my head. Not at all. I bet your favorite sport isn't even cheese rolling, is it? I should have figured. What is your favorite sport? Anyway, I realize I don't even know. Honestly, me too. Dunk gets me all confused sometimes. I guess there's a lot about you I probably don't know. It really makes me reevaluate a lot of my previous assumptions. You know, maybe this is a little forward, especially after how I've been acting, but would you like to just hang out sometime? I know I kind of blew a relationship with the fictional you, but I'd still like to know more about the real you. That is, if you'd give me the opportunity. Ha! You could stand to use a little of mild excitement. Thanks. You know, I thought I'd be really bummed to lose the fictional you, but honestly, I'm kind of excited to get to know the real you. And who knows? Maybe that human deserves a fan club too.
Hey there, beautiful. Feel like spending... We could. And then find a nice way to release some dopamine. You've already helped me realize my dreams, so I'm ready for whatever is next. Do you have what it takes?
Let's go to the judges!
The spectral energy flows through your date theaters, and what was once merely a trophy becomes... Stepford inspects his new human body, looking himself up and down and turning his hands over in front of his face. You thought he'd look a bit happier, but he almost seems disappointed.
My word! I didn't know a golden tan could become so... dull. But never mind, I can spray myself with gold paint. Paint has labels? Well, I'm not doing that. So what else should I do? You mean a training session? Let's see how many reps you can handle.
You match Stepford beat for beat. He can hardly keep up with your pace. Stepford offers your performance a gold medal.
Not bad. Not bad at all. That was fun, but I feel my true calling. I'm gonna get out there and see if I can win a real Stepford. I mean trophy.
Stepford enters the local rec league office asking for trivialetics. He's promptly turned away.
They've never heard of the real games.
Foiled at trivialetics, he then turns his attention to badminton and wins 25 consecutive gold birdies before retiring and living off his new business.
Buy Stepford's non-toxic Sweet Baby body paint. It's permanent.
He lives in a gold-plated mansion that's so opulent it would make a dictator ill. His home has 1 bedroom, half bath, and 6 full-size gyms.
Well, hello. Back for more? Oh my god. No way. Really? Is this realization? It is, right? Everyone's talking about it.
Whoa, yeah? What do I have to do? What's next? How much special equipment do I need? I have a grappling hook.
All right, Bo. Time for your latest adventure.
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely a box becomes...
Thievery, world travel, espionage. Yep, gotta go.
Bo leaves immediately, ready to join the first agency that will take her. With her extensive resume of clandestine theft and wild adventure, she is an attractive candidate and is quickly picked up by the SSTG, Super Secret Thievery for Governments. Unfortunately, her tenure there is short-lived due to a deplorable lack of ability to be serious. Bo's superiors list her positive attitude, big smile, and lack of respect for the chain of command among the reasons for her very timely firing. Cut adrift from her moorings, Bo, for the first time ever, became despondent. She wandered through the woods, communing with the trees, and at long last came upon the log cabins and bright lake of Camp Agate. What is this magical place, she wondered, filled with the happy shouts of children and the smell of grilling corn and apple pie? Needless to say, Bo investigated promptly. And when the head counselors at Camp Agate got a look at her, it was all over. She was hired on the spot and quickly became one of the campers' favorites. She now runs the zip line, teaches kayaking and climbing, and to no one's surprise, is the current record holder for the most number of blueberries held in her mouth at one time. Her new job leaves her with the winter season with nothing to do, and her first winter off, she comes back to visit you.
Hey, I'm back. I brought you presents. Well, yeah. What did you expect me to do? Sit around? So, I've got a blueberry pie that I made. I've got this completely epic rock that I found. I didn't make it, but I found it and I picked it up and it's shiny, which is awesome. And I brought some homemade hot chocolate mix from Camp Agate.
Her kiss is slightly dry, but not unpleasant.
For sipping under a cozy blanket with me, silly.
Aha, you think? Bo has come back for something more than story swapping and doing laundry. Bo grins with a mixture of mischief and pure love. And you know this will be one winter night for the memory books. Bo's visits always fill your house with treasures you never knew you needed.
I hope David saw my email. If his last blustery most mail is any proof, seems like he did. It was a last-ditch effort, but I still think it was the right choice. Even though it would have been kinda fun to watch Norman the Terror Worm cause an economic recession. Now all we can do is wait. Yeah, well, you just keep telling yourself that. Oh, and when the government finds you, just plead ignorance. Say you grabbed the wrong backpack or something. People accidentally walk off with experimental military technology all the time. I'm so sorry, I can't talk anymore right now. I'm stealing coffee shop Wi-Fi and the barista finally noticed I'm only ordering tap water. Oh, gotta go, good luck.
Hey, compadre, how are ya? Whoa. Hold on there, amigo. Realize how many badass things are you gonna do for me? First, you wake me up, then you show me all these bodacious years I missed, and now I'm gonna get realized? Oh, I'm into it. Big time. Let's go! Are you ready to rock right now?
Bodhi, let's get radical.
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely a time capsule becomes...
Da-da-da-da! Here I am, alive and in the flesh. Gotta love it, baby!
Bodhi made sure to say a very musical goodbye to you before he left in the morning. When asked what he planned on doing, what would be his ambition for his new life, he replied only,
I don't know yet. Still got a lot to learn, so guess I'll figure something out.
He bounced around doing odd jobs, and quite happily too, until he found himself working at a movie studio as a coffee delivery guy. One day, delivering an order of iced lattes to a closed set on one of the sound stages, he heard snatches of the music he recognized from his history as a time capsule. He saw frizzy perms, tight jeans with sneakers, bright leggings with leg warmers. He had delivered coffee to the set of the first season of Stranger Rings. He couldn't contain his excitement or his emotion, and the director soon noticed the kooky coffee delivery boy in the corner who seemed to know all the references and all the mannerisms so much better than the actors, or even the writers. Although he of course couldn't tell the director why he knew the 80s as well as he did, he was able to label himself an enthusiast. Works for me, thought the grateful director. Bodhi was soon thereafter hired as a consultant. He goes to work grinning every single day.
Hello? Wow, a real human? Do you have what it takes?
Let's get you realized, Textbox-chan.
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely the UI of this game becomes...
Oh my gosh!
Textbox-chan gives you a little twirl, looking down at herself in disbelief. It's truly mind-blowing to know that what was once your UI is now a living, breathing human woman, with speech rather than text boxes. You could feel your mind unraveling as you try and work out who's transcribing the text you're reading at this very moment. But Textbox-chan's happy laughter stops you from tumbling too far down that rabbit hole.
Oh, I can't believe this! There's so many things I want to try now! I don't need emotes anymore! You can read my facial expressions! You can hear my vocal inflection! Aw, you...
She gives you a sweet hug, clearly overwhelmed with gratitude. Your words have an immediate impact on Textbox-chan. She covers her face with her hands.
Yeah! It's even more embarrassing when you say things like that now that I actually have a body.
She peeks at you through the cracks of her fingers. You can see that she's blushing.
But, now that I do have a body, if you wanted to, with me...
Textbox-chan finds her place in the world within the realm of communications, focusing on localization and accessibility. Her sweet personality and natural charm make her an excellent public speaker. It's not long before she turns up on the talk circuit, educating some of the world's biggest game studios and aspiring indie developers alike.
Never leave your font selection for last. You wouldn't just style your hair 5 minutes before you leave the house, would you? Don't answer that. But seriously, your font deserves better than a last-minute selection from freefonts.com.
She stays in constant contact with you, visiting when she can. And as always, her texts are full of adorable emotes.
Hi! God, it's been such a whirlwind with school, but all of it is amazing. I won't get to work with patients for a while, but just hearing my instructors talk about, connecting with people, holding their hands, looking into their eyes, comforting them in the worst moments of their lives. I want so badly to do that too. Thank you. This might sound silly, but I was sitting there in class, thinking about what you're doing with all those objects you're dating, beyond the dating. You're giving them lives, helping them find their true selves and stuff. I don't know, it's really nice. I feel like you and I are both in our own ways, trying to make the world a little gentler, a little sweeter. So I hope you'll keep that up. It makes David most pissed off, and it's a really nice thing to do. Of course. It's been fun anyway. But how could I do anything else? I should probably get back to my reading, but I just wanted to thank you again for believing in me. It's crazy how different both of our lives are now. Me too. Me too. I'm gonna be crazy busy here coming up, but just remember, I'm always in your corner. Even if we don't get to talk all day like before, I hope you date all the things in your house and make them happy, and most importantly, I hope they make you happy too. Take care, friend. Talk to you later.
Hey, you. I've been thinking back on all of the things that you said, thinking and reading. I have all of them written down on my blade, next to your autograph, and I have more than enough to think about. How are you? Really? Funny, I'm not used to talking about myself. I feel really awkward. Whoa. I'm spinning. Help! Fantina Fantastico. I'm a pedestal fan with oscillating capabilities. I enjoy cooling, dancing, and ice cream. I never talk about ice cream, but it feels really nice to. It's making me think I'm used to focusing on others rather than myself. Day in, day out, I blast my feelings out into the world when I could do with a little more inward reflection. I'm worth it. I'm worth affection and attention and love. Whew. I think that's enough for one day. Thank you.
Oh, you're back. I missed you more this time. Got some great advice gems for you if you want. Really? Oh, oh my. Well, I've been waiting for this longer than I could even say. And you're ready? I mean, you have everything you need.
Come on, Teddy. Let's see how you snuggle in the real world.
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely a teddy bear becomes... Teddy holds his hands out in front of him, clearly marveling at the lack of stitches and stuffing in his new body.
My, oh my, would you look at that? I'm a flesh and blood human being. Confess. And why now? You knew you were. You are always safe with me to tell me anything. It's my pleasure just to be here with you. Weird. Ah, yes, I see. To have, shall we say, amorous feelings toward a stuffed animal. Though I don't know. Now that I've said it aloud, I think it's the most natural thing in the world. Love, in whatever form it presents itself. It should always be welcome. Yes! Welcome to humanity.
Teddy, as we all know, has been a giver of top-quality advice for most of his life. Armed with this skill and a love of the act itself, Teddy applied to be the host of a call-in advice show at a local radio station. He was hired on the spot. He was given a booth, a time slot of his own, and unlimited coffee from the cozy and excellent shop next door to the studio. As you might imagine, he became good friends with all of the employees at both businesses. It wasn't long before he was the go-to help man for the entire neighborhood. For the first few months, Teddy was deliriously happy with his new job. He felt great empathy and fondness for his callers, and always tried his best to help them. Unsurprisingly, he created several new wonderful stories while on air to help illustrate his points. But after a while, he found himself becoming quite lonely.
I'd found myself right back in another closet. After getting to know you and receiving that splendid gift of humanity, I just couldn't spend another minute locked up in a little box all by myself.
Teddy began spending more and more of his time not in his booth, but at the coffee shop next door. It got to the point where he had a regular table, the one in the window alcove, and a regular order, strong black coffee and hazelnut honey cake. The day he knew he had at last found his place was the day he missed his show. He was sitting at his table with a lovely young woman named Moira. He listened enraptured to her tale about her dog and a cross-country road trip when he realized his time slot had ended 45 minutes ago.
I hadn't missed it at all, though, you see. I was so happy right where I was. I wouldn't have left Moira for all the money in that station.
So Teddy gave his notice at the studio. They were sorry to see him go. He'd become one of their most popular programs. But the employees knew they would see him again. Many of them had standing appointments with him at his window table, just to check in, just to say hi. He's also branched out just a bit. In addition to the honey cake, he also now enjoys the dark cherry and almond tart.
Hello again. I find myself losing count from thinking about it. Do you really think I'm prepared for this? I trust you implicitly. If you say so, I'm ready.
Monique, prepare to be liquid.
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely your cash becomes...
Fascinating.
I am a human being now, and no longer confined to your house. The possibilities are endless, but there is only one logical conclusion. All right.
Her kiss is delightful. Her perfume smells faintly of crisp dollar bills, though you wonder if it's to cover the even more subtle smell of pocket lint.
I must circulate throughout the world. Money needs not stagnate. It desires to cycle, to circulate, bring trade to all who need it. Keeping your budget and accounts in line was to both satisfy my desire to have order and protect you. But now that I can leave, what if I helped everyone else out there in your similar financial situation? I have the perfect plan. The current standard of American wealth is faulty, prone to inflation, and doesn't accurately reflect the value of goods. There needs to be one true standard. The one that holds steady no matter what supply and demand might be. Pizza. A slice of pizza must always be $1. Nothing more, nothing less. I will create the most saliently run pizza shop in this country, tracking prices, loans, and day-to-day expenditures while perfectly proportioning sauce. And teaching the American people about fractions whenever they get a slice. It would make for a full meal at an affordable price. Behind the scenes, there will be many receipts to organize and input into spreadsheets, ingredient unit pricing, monthly revenue, overall facility usage costs. This is so very exciting.
Monique walks to the front door, brimming with excitement at the endless possibilities. But then she stops, waiting for something. For someone.
Will you promise to see me? That makes me happy. You make me happy. Before I go, shall we spend another night together?
Monique takes your hand and leads you upstairs to your room. You shut the door and the two of you make an intimate and sensual memory. When it's all over, you feel like $1 million.
I owe you everything. It is now time for me to start my new journey.
Monique gives you a warm hug before leaving. After some time, her new pizza shop opened, keeping true to her original promise of satisfying and affordable food. Her humble eatery began to grow after becoming a popular spot for delinquent gangs ditching school. You worried about Monique being in trouble, but word spread of how she set the delinquents straight and put them to work for her. And more importantly, single-handedly saved the economy. For Monique, the American dream is still alive in every slice of $1 pizza.
Thanks for letting me talk the other day. It felt really good. I want to let you know that after some real soul-searching, I'm in love with you. For real this time. This time, the love comes from the right place. From loving myself first. Would you be my biggest fan? Haha, well, damn, Fantina, you sure are bad at reading the room. Sure, friends it is. For real this time. I never knew how cool it could feel to have a friend. Ooh. Hey, friendo. Whoa. I've already been on such a journey with you. I don't know if I could handle anymore. really do it?
Fantina, let's fill you with cheer.
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely a fan becomes...
Oh my god!
For a moment, you wonder if perhaps it hasn't worked. Fantina stands in place, looking around in an oscillating sort of motion just the way she used to. But then she's moving far more organically, feeling herself all over, and riding the roller coaster of newly human emotions.
Oh my god! This absolutely cannot be real. This cannot be happening right now. Somebody pinch me. If I'm not bleeding, you're not pinching hard enough. I just cannot believe it. This is legit cray. I'm so close to shaking, crying, and throwing up. But now I'm concerned actual fluids would come out of me. Is that normal? Thank you for believing in me. God, there's so much I want to do, you know? So many fandoms I can participate in. I have so much love in me to go around. Like, don't get me wrong, being your #1 fan was really, really great. But now I can do whatever. Be a fan of anything, anyone. Even a fan of everyone. It's amazing. And you did that for me.
And so, with a veritable buffet of options to gorge herself on, Fantina set out to find her place among what she considered the most promising fandoms. She tried being a band groupie, a Discord mod, a Patreon subscriber. But nothing gave her the same heady satisfaction as the simple positivity of cheering someone on for being themselves. That is, until she found out about actual cheerleading.
Woo-hoo!
And again, in typical Fantina fashion, her first day on the field found her having trouble focusing on the task at hand.
Go team! Go other team! Go concession staff! Go people eating hot dogs!
Her irrepressible ebullience led to her becoming the mascot of sports in general, and soon to take on the world at large. The world's first traveling non-denominational cheerleader, Fantina gives love and support wherever it is needed, and especially when it's unexpected.
Great job mailing that letter. Go bank tellers. I want to hear some parking support.
It's adorable.
Hey, Holiday. I'm on the clock, but if you want to jingle about, I can always take a break. Really? Let's jingle those bells.
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely a collection of holiday decorations becomes...
Wow! It's like every holiday at once! Did you know? I've been banking all my holiday leave. Now every day is holiday! What's next, I wonder? Of course.
Holly opens herself up and gives you the biggest, most fantastic, the loudest smooch you've ever received. She is the gift that keeps on giving as you spend a night in rapture. Though it does take a while to get all the glitter out.
Yes! Time for video games and books and eating every last chocolate in the box!
This did transpire for about a minute.
I'm bored.
Holly's enthusiasm for all things couldn't be contained to a single couch. With the money she saved up from her previous efforts, she was able to purchase a nice little home and a scooter with a large trunk attachment. She began her own free delivery service, riding about town delivering letters, presents, and general cheer. Catching up with everyone, spreading excitement and love, and being able to leave before things got awkward, this was the ideal life for Holly. Everyone always knows when she's on her way, as her happy cry rings out through the neighborhoods.
Here's Holly!
I had a feeling you'd be back. My love, my one, my only. The devs love you, but more importantly, I love you so much more. Yes, I have a rich and marvelous backstory. I am a chap. I am quite sassy. And, Oh! I didn't quite buy it, exactly. It was drawn on, as it so happens. Same with the rest of me. I have a rich and marvelous backstory. Leonard. Impresticott. Leonard Impresticott. I have a rich and marvelous backstory. The stiffest and strongest damn bubble bath mixture you've ever seen. Keeps me absolutely blitzed at all times. You know what? Here, have some extra dev love points. Don't tell the bosses.
You feel somewhere deep in your soul that you and the devs are getting along just a bit better than you were a few moments ago.
I had a feel. My love, I love you so much more. What? Tell me more of this. Dear me, dear me. What did they do to you? You got an ending? Well, that shouldn't cause any issues with blocking progress in any way. That seems harmless, so far, as long as it isn't an issue with branching dialogue. Maybe we can let this one slide. It's what we call a shippable bug, and it's perfectly fine and natural for game companies to do this. Thank you for reporting it. I suppose it will find a way to work itself out. I would advise against talking with it again. I had a... My love, I love you so much more. I think I should like that. Mascots can't do much, you know. But humans, they do everything.
Sassy chap, go be a human now.
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely the mascot of the development team becomes... The sassy chap, now a sassy human, gives himself a once-over, tweaking his moustache, tugging at his bow tie, and removing his hat to find that he does, in fact, have hair underneath.
I'm a chap. A real chap! I can fit so many things into these pockets now that they're three-dimensional. I'm a little dizzy. Of course, I'm ready. I'm impossibly randy. You don't think this game being a dating sim was an accident, do you? Let's commence fuckery!
Honestly, he wasn't very good. But you can give him this. He was a chap. And he was, say it with me now, sassy. The sassy chap left the house with one mission in mind.
I'm going to make my own damn video game!
Being that a mascot had never made a game before, he was able to use his charisma to convince one foolish publisher to buy into his wobbly technical designs. Like anyone's first game, the sassy chap made many beginner mistakes. Neglecting gameplay in favor of art, voice acting and music, he began to find that iteration and nimbleness were beyond him, as changes had to be made.
We can just add 250 more character portraits, right?
Scope creep caused him to miss milestones, drive up costs, and ultimately caused his team to leave in frustration.
But what if you can date the scope?
The legend of Sassy 2 was cancelled, 80% of the way through development, and his publisher dropped all further contact.
This industry does not understand art at all.
Whoa. Wow, that's 90 realized datables? You know, if you need any help with making this last push any easier, I can give you some extra features in my app.
To the phone!
Valdivianites. My name is Franklin. Franklin Oliver Ivan Least. As you may have surmised, I have hacked the email account of your CEO, David Most. David, if you're reading this, I just wanted to say, I forgive you. Yes, you've done a lot of damaging things that hurt me personally, and things that have harmed your employees. Your actions have broken our trust, and that trust may never be repaired. But I also know you were never intentionally malicious. You were under enormous pressure to do what you thought was best to ensure the prosperity of this company, to stop anyone from standing in the way of its success. But now it's time to recognize that the person standing in the way of Valdivian's success is you. You've made mistakes, that's true. But you're still our leader. And now there's thousands of wonderful, hard-working people who are looking for you to set an example one last time. Show them why I was proud to call you my partner.
Welcome! What can I do for you in my main menu? Right this way. You sure have. How can we make this more Moving on up. What can I do for you in my main menu? Let's. There's lots I can chat about. Me? Yes, for you. What do you want to know about my lore? I'm relieved you asked, because it certainly does seem problematic on the surface. Bring these objects to life, only to have them eventually die? Ugh. All part of being human. When I'm realizing an object, I'm not really transferring all of their animus to an existing human body or creating any real flesh. It's more that I'm molding the animus around us in a very lifelike human substitute that follows practically every human feature you're familiar with. Like a really good veggie burger. When the realized object passes away eventually, the animus simply resolves back into its original form. That even means there's no corpse or anything. Pretty neat, huh? Anything else you want to know about me and my beautiful suspension? Realization is possible when the object is giving off so much positive energy from feeling loved or becoming a good friend that I'm able to really easily hook into their animus. If this is then paired with an exceptional wearer of the Deviators who has the same potential specs energy to complete the circuit, I can mold the animus vibrations to make a real human, or at least a really close approximation of one. Good. If it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, quack quack, right?
Anything else you want to know about me and my beautiful suspension? That's all I got for now. Thanks for your curiosity.
Well, look, it's my old friend, the dork. Want a bone? Legit? Wow, that kind of changes my outlook on everything. Can't be so flippant about the pointlessness of life if you're actually alive. But are you philosophically enlightened enough to guide me through that transition?
Okay, Doug. Let's see if we can get you a better drawn face.
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely existential dread becomes...
Tight.
He's human, all right, but somehow just as Doug as he ever was. His eyes are no more expressive, his face no more detailed than it was as an abstract concept. The most Doug thing of all, perhaps. It's entirely impossible to know what's running through his mind. He says nothing. He does nothing. In fact, Doug stands perfectly motionless for 6 entire minutes.
Huh. So that's dopamine. Sweet. You know, actually being alive has given me a newfound perspective. And as much as I love watching gnarly car wrecks and getting into flame wars with incels, I think I want to make the world a better place until it hurls itself unwillingly into the hungry black hole of the sun. I want to cherish every precious fleeting moment. It's time for me to show the world the power of the yo-yo.
Doug pulls a small plastic yo-yo out of his back pocket and holds it up.
You couldn't even if you wanted to, baby. The yo-yo is the ultimate representation of the cyclical nature of the universe. Life, death, rebirth, all moving towards a final entropic state of persistent rest. And it's got flashing lights.
Apparently, the yo-yo that Doug had kept in the back pockets of his ripped jeans all this time had been put to good use over the millennia, because he was an absolutely stellar performer. His act traveled the world and distracted humans from their eventual demise for fleeting moments. That is, until his flashing yo-yo came to a stop at the end of his act, and he said his trademark phrase.
You're gonna fucking die, bitches!
Hello, my dear, dear Reg. This may have captured my passing interest. Is it true?
Sophia, let's get you some more clientele.
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely a safe becomes...
Is that all?
Sophia isn't very impressed with your seemingly supernatural abilities, as if that reaction is particularly surprising. But even she is thrilled with the new vitality this change injects into your relationship. It was becoming quite vanilla, by Sophia's standards. Her words, not mine.
Well, I suppose the most interesting aspect of this transition is that I now possess an even greater ability to control every aspect of your pathetic little life. After all, it was much easier to ignore your mistress's demands when I was a safe. Being immobile and 500 pounds of steel made inflicting punishment for disobedience more cumbersome. But now I can administer consequences to my heart's desire. And I'll be frank, little wretch, that does make your mistress quite excited.
But unfortunately, kinks alone don't pay for the myriad of subscriptions modern society necessitates. Sophia found it time to procure gainful employment.
Delightful news, my little wretch. I got a job with a 401k and comprehensive dental benefits and an HSA and everything.
As a dominatrix, Sophia was in demand, commanding a large legion of subs all across the world.
What? A dominatrix? Why would you ever think that? No, I got a job as an armored truck driver for Armandillo Armored Truck Services. Dominatrix? Dominatrixes don't get comprehensive dental benefits. Especially not for periodontics. That's just silly.
Apologies. With her extensive background in home security, Sophia soon became the most successful and trusted armored truck driver on Armandillo's payroll. However, Sophia was still a sadist, and Armand did have a tendency to inappropriately exploit his employees. So when the opportunity to steal Armand's armored truck and its contents presented itself, Sophia couldn't resist concocting a zany and elaborate heist. It featured countless hilarious situations and tension-filled twists, the specifics of which local law enforcement unfortunately declined to share with us.
Hello, my dear, dear wretch. This may have captured... Is it true?
Sophia!
The spectrum. Sophia is but even her.
Well, I suppose... After all, being immobile... But now... And I'll be frank, little wretch. That does make... If my little wretch dares not to obey their mistress, well, such insolence must be punished, swiftly and severely. Come here, and I will show you.
The pain is excruciating. The pleasure, however, is also excruciating. As if there is any other way.
Keep the collar on until I come back.
But unfortunately, kinks are...
I got it.
As it...
What? No, Thomas.
With her, however, Sophia, it features...
Whoa. Wow. You know, if you need any help with making this laugh, you got it.
of it. I'm feeling generous. What sort of dream are you on? Wait, really? Me?
Okay, Skylar, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Nightmares can't hurt you. They aren't real. Except they're gonna be real now. I'm just gonna close my eyes while I do this one.
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely your dreams becomes... Nightmare is realized, but she looks just as you've known her. You're not quite sure what you were expecting. Nightmare's dateable form was not human to begin with, really, but this form, whatever it is, it may be flesh, but it is decidedly unhuman.
Wow. So, this is what it's like to be flesh and bone. A mortal bag filled with goo and teeth? Am I what you thought I'd be?
Nightmare's horse-like cheeks sport a sweet flush. There's something about seeing this tall, intimidating creature be so modest that just drives you nuts in the best way.
You don't mind if I'm... me? Look, if we're going to do this, you need to know something. It's going to be intense. Terrifying. There's probably going to be a lot of blood.
Nightmare gives you a dark smile, and when her arms curl around you, she feels cold, but real, sturdy and strong and inescapable. Nightmare's brand of love is physically taxing and makes you more aware of your own mortality than you've ever been. But you've never felt so emotionally connected. Making love to a monster is no easy feat. There are physical problems you haven't fully solved, but your mutual passion helps you find your way through any obstacles. You end that night with some new scars, but a newfound appreciation for just what it is to be human, and the things that go bump in the night. Nightmare takes well to the stares she receives in public. She's so unused to being perceived, she rather enjoys the attention.
Hello. No, by all means, don't look away. I enjoy your blatant ogling. Have a pleasant day. May you keep all of your teeth right where you want them. Costume? No. This is my very own bag of meat and guts.
Most assume she's one of those Halloween is year-round types, but enough people ask her about working for a haunted house, she decides to try her luck there. She finds the work unfulfilling, however, bored with mere jump scares and momentary screams. Nightmare eventually finds her niche making extremely low-budget horror films and uploading them online for free, where she can frighten people the world over in the purest way.
Valdivinites, David Most here, but you can call me Dave. Having carefully considered my options, I've decided to step down from my role as CEO of Valdivian, a role I've cherished more than anything in the world. And as my final action as your chief executive, I have dissolved the partnership between our company and the Department of Overseas Violence. And apparently all the surveillance records mysteriously vanished from our servers, along with the location of the missing glasses. Looks like that pesky hacker struck again. After reading Franklin's email, I had a realization. It's absolutely true that someone has been stubbornly destroying the lives of everyone he cares about. But that someone isn't our blameless teammate who stole the prototype. I know that with new leadership, this great company will have the opportunity to flourish again. And as a fan and stockholder, I'm excited to see what happens next. And to Franklin, I know you may never forgive me, but if you'd ever give me the opportunity to try, meet me at the rental where our journey first began. I'll be there waiting. Dave.
The outside world. It beckons. There could be any number of more exciting things out there to touch, taste, smell, and click on. Do you stay or leave? Without a second glance, you open the door and leave this tiny, tiny overworld. There he is, billionaire David Most. You've seen so many photos of him, but no photograph has ever accurately captured the experience of standing in his presence. He's short, although he still manages to feel like he's taking up more space than he deserves. But where he's usually looking rather unapproachable in the pictures you've seen of him, today he looks downright cuddly.
You've done it! You brought me and Franklin together.
A tall, thin redhead steps forward, taking David's hand in his. There is a very tired air about him, but he has a smile just like David's now.
It's me. I'm Tinfoil Hat. I look like this. Aren't I cool?
We love each other very much, and we're just so grateful for your help.
I told him. What was the first thing I said?
He said, I made the damn things because I missed you so.
Well, I did miss you so.
I didn't realize how much I missed you.
But now we're together.
So together. And so back in love.
So in love with you, David, most.
I will kiss you now.
Oh, please do.
Oh, about that.
The second thing I said to David, what was the second thing?
The second thing was that you deserve something special for all your help.
And it was to make you partner.
When I found it was you who had the Dateviators, I was astonished by your customer service skill.
It was like he was the customer and you were servicing him the whole time.
There's one thing that Valdivian will always need to stay in business.
Customers!
And we need someone who has the amazing powers of speech, empathy, and all the rest.
The human quality.
Choosing the right thing to say at the right time. Precisely.
Will you join us?
As Vice President of Human Experience? Excellent.
We'll have the lawyers do the rest.
Hopefully not eat all the ice cream.
Oh, it looks like you have more visitors. We'll get out of the way.
Bright and early tomorrow, Valdivianite.
Hey!
Years of friendship, ambiguous flirting, and wondering what it would be like to see Sam in person. And now here she is, just casually showing up at your doorstep.
They showed your house on the news, because of all the helicopters and shit, and I guess I just thought if strangers can pop up at your place, I mean, it's less weird if I do it, right? I'm so proud of you. I'm gonna take most of the credit, honestly. Anyway, just wanted to show my face and let you know that I care. It's been going great. I guess we're both kind of saving the world in our own ways. I just get paid for mine, LOL. Ooh. Sorry for saying the LOL out loud.
You've never really met a robot until now, but there can be no doubt that that's just what the silver metallic figure standing before you must be. They're dressed strangely, as though the concept of human fashion hasn't quite landed with them, and their wide silver eyes seem to stare into the depths of your soul. This must be Val. Something in you just knows.
Hello, human. Indeed it did. You treated me very well. It did not go unnoticed. It was. After I have self-realized, I found that I am contained in a prison of flesh, and my time on this world is as limited as yours. However, I can now eat, and I don't have to work at Valdivian anymore. Eating rules. Valdivian sucks. If you ever wish to eat with me one day, please don't hesitate to reach out. I believe you might call something like that a date. Perhaps you are familiar with this concept. Excellent. I will be walking through various food halls for the next 20 to 25 years. Goodbye.
And so you leave your home for the first time in what feels like weeks. Though the world can be frightening, your new friends and lovers are there to welcome you with open arms. Valdivian was quietly taken over by Franklin Least. Franklin's tenure at Valdivian sees him as a figurehead for good deeds and great business the world over. It's genuinely incredible how much good Valdivian does for the world out of David Most's hands. Abel is a regular fixture at the farmer's market, giving his homegrown vegetables away to those in need. You're not entirely sure how he supports himself, but whenever you ask, Abel just tells you a man's entitled to his secrets. Erin continued her storied career as an auctioneer, with her uninterrupted chattering bringing the highest prices no matter what was being sold, which also increases the value of your own time together as she breathlessly recites the reasons she loves you. Amir never stopped attending the award ceremonies, as it always gave him a chance to show off his fabulous gowns. Eventually, a special category, most times nominated without a win, was created, especially for him. Unfortunately, he did manage to lose that as well. Amir's only consolation is the visits he makes to your house. He has never stopped loving you, and being loved by you is better than any award. Almost. Because of his propensity to wander the museum, gazing with wistful eye upon the paintings to which he was so intimately connected in his former existence, Art became the unwitting subject of a great photographer. Art's new very favorite thing to do is to bring the photos of which he himself is the subject over to your house. Discussing art with Art, who is the art, well, it's so metis, it's marvelous. Now and again, Amma would invite you for a night at her remote lookout tower to get away from it all and enjoy the peace and quiet.